I think it's almost afternoon, is it? I think, yes, it's almost afternoon. Now, um, see, Sunday, and my wife doesn't want me to do politics on Sunday. But I can get away with this one because, I mean, she's sleeping. And I've decided to just make a few points out of the comments that I was getting posting. On my earlier posting, I'm talking about President Edgar Lungu moving around the country, inspecting the project. What do they call? Launching new projects, handing over some of the handing over some of the projects that he completed. If you have seen, Edgar Lungu has really been busy. He's moving around the country, doing this. He has focused himself on the projects. That's where he has focused himself on. And you have also seen other ministers, other senior government officials busy going around, particularly if you have seen Kampyongo in the last month or two. He has been going around, giving these new houses which have been built for the police. So, in as much as we can be talking of economic challenges, okay, we can be talking of economic challenges. One thing that we cannot run away is the fact that, the PF government have continued on this developmental project agenda. Okay, they have continued on that one. And if you ask me, this is what is development. This is what people talk about. When you go to people during the time of elections, people want to say, what have you done for us? What have you done for us? And most of the times, it is easy for any leader who has done something, either in the constituency or in the ward, whatever. It's easy for you to point if there is something that is actually standing. You can't run away from it. If a hospital is built, you can't run away from it. You can criticize all you want, but the fact is that that hospital is standing. If a road has been done, you can't run away from it. Even if you don't like that political party, even if you don't agree with the government, but the road has been done, you can't run away from it. So, from my point of view, this is a strategy that PF has employed. And I can tell you that it will pay off. It will pay off, especially when you're talking in the rural areas where most of the votes come from. Most of the votes, the votes that do change the political, what can you say? Political fortunes. They come from the rural areas. And the people in the rural areas, they don't know about social media. They don't know about social media. You people, I can tell you that about 70% watching this live video didn't even vote. They don't even vote. I know that about 70% of the people that are actually watching, I'm sure yourselves, you are even telling yourself to say, yes, I didn't vote. And you have all sorts of excuses, because when it comes to register for voting, you don't want to register. You find it cumbersome to go to some of these polling stations and sit there and go through the process of registering for voting. Voting is about to come. Voting is about to registering of voters. The process will start, and a lot of you will not even register. Because you find it inconveniencing and time wasting to go and register for voting. And you know your rights, so to say. You know your rights. You feel like no one can force you to go and vote. But here is the difference when it comes to the rural areas. When the rural areas, they say it's time to go and register for voting. You know how they take it? They take it like it is a decree by government. They take it like it is a decree that everyone has to go and register. So you find that the whole village, they go and register. Take it out of ignorance or whatever, but they take it, it's a decree, you know. And especially in these rural areas, when the traditional leaders are involved, they tell traditional leaders, the traditional leaders will come out, you people, you should go out there and do the registering. And everyone will go. So this is why you have so many votes in the rural areas. And in the rural areas, this is where people don't look at some of these arguments that you put up on social media. For them, in the rural areas, it's about Omusevoyu. This road has been done for us. It's about this hospital has been done for us. It's about there is a school in our village. And these are the things that give a political party votes in Zambia. And from my point of view, Edgar Lungu is doing very, very well on this. Edgar Lungu is doing very, very well on this one. He's going around the country. He's going around the country. You remember, I mean, he has even abandoned going out of the country. He is not bothered. He's just busy going around the country, you know, interacting with people, initiating these projects, inspecting these projects, handing over these projects. This is a very good strategy. It's a strategy that Edgar Lungu has employed. You can be talking on social media, but I can assure you, where the votes are, I think Edgar Lungu is quite secured. Edgar Lungu is quite secured. Now, let's look at Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. Why am I saying Mr. Hakainde Hichilema has already lost? Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, at the moment, he is frustrated. At the moment, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema is frustrated. The PF have managed to frustrate him. You can say whatever you want. You can say, no, it's not democratic, and so on and so forth. You can bring up all those arguments. But at the end of the day, what do those arguments add to the political chances of Mr. Hakainde Hichilema? What do they add? I can assure you, I can tell you that in politics, if you enter into politics and think that your opponents will give you power on a silver platter, you are joking. You are joking. Politics is the most competitive context. Is the most competitive context. Everything goes into politics. Everything. Everything. Look how people fight, you know, in football. In football, I mean, people when they are playing football and they know that this one is a top scorer, what do coaches tell their defenders? They always say, watch him. When Ronaldo is going into the pitch, he knows that the defenders are on him. They won't give him one defender. They'll give him 3 defenders. And when Ronaldo or Cristiano Ronaldo is on the ball, whoever the defender next to him is will try as much as possible to get the ball out of him by hooks or crooks. It's either he sweeps him down. This is why Cristiano Ronaldo most of the time is on the floor, because they don't want to take chances. They will block him. The ball is coming, is in front of him. You will see a player going in front of him. And this player may be a very tall player who will stand in front of him and obstruct him from kicking the ball. He wants to kick the ball. This guy will put his foot there so that he doesn't kick the ball. Instead, he kicks his leg. I mean, this, you can call it to say, no, it's undemocratic, but unfortunately, that is just part of the game. Sliding tackles and blocking another player in football, it may not be what do you call at good play, friendly playing, but unfortunately it's part of the game. So if you are a politician, don't think that your friends who easily give you a free passage like you are going for a wedding. You are not a bridegroom. You are not a bridegroom in politics. Don't expect your friends to treat you like a bridegroom, that you're just going to walk over the red carpet. No, they will block you. They will block you, and they will do everything in their powers to block you. Like Cristiano Ronaldo, if he wants, he can actually be frustrated as a player to say, me all the time, my friends are always sliding me down. You know, they are putting me down. They are always pushing me. They are always doing this. He would never score. He would never score. What does Cristiano Ronaldo do? He develops, he sharpens his skills. He sharpens his skills to dribble. He works very hard to run fast so that he's not easily tired. That's what Cristiano Ronaldo does. And that's what makes him score. Otherwise, he would be a frustrated player. He would not play. From my point of view, clearly, we can't run away from the fact that Mr. Hakainde Hichilema at the moment is the man in front. He's the most dangerous man in politics that we have at the moment. Yes, we are all politicians, but me, I'm a realist. HH is in front of all of us. HH is in front of us, all of us. And if President Edgar Lungu, snoozes, he can actually lose to Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. So he has to do whatever it takes to make sure that he doesn't pass through. Now, the challenge is on Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. What does he do to outplay PF, to outplay Edgar Lungu, such that even if he's blocked, but he sort of managed to dribble his way and scores. Otherwise, he can't score. And he's not scoring at the moment. I'm talking right now, Hakainde Hichilema is in the house. He's in the house frustrated. He's as good as a player who is on the bench. He's as good as a player in the bench. When he steps outside the house, they frustrate him and he goes back in the house and starts crying. Like a player who gets into the pitch, they frustrate him, he goes back onto the bench and he starts crying to say, oh, these people, they are playing rough ball, as we used to call when I was young. They are playing rough ball. You can't win it. And from my point of view, I'm not seeing Edgar HH anywhere near the goalpost, anywhere near the political goalpost to score. HH at the moment as we are talking is on the bench. That's where he is. He's a player, yes. He's playing for this big team called UPND, but he's on the bench. He has been frustrated. He has been frustrated and he has lost coordination. He's not in contact with his other fellow players. He has no game plan. He's lost. This man has lost it. He has lost. You can insult me all you want, but how does that add to the political chances of Mr. Hakainde Hichilema? How does that add? If anything, it just disadvantages you even more. For me, I don't have a problem when you insult, when you come on my page and insult and say all sorts of things. It doesn't develop rush on me. I don't develop rush. But for those reasonable people, when they see you insulting, when they see you being abusive, they actually even doubt your part even more. But you don't understand it. You don't understand it. You get beaten on that game. You think you are winning it, but you are being beaten even on that game. I know others were asking me to say, what about you contesting? And my contesting has been a subject of discussion among many people. I am going to contest. I am going to contest. By the very fact that I'm saying Edgar Lungu, that Edgar Lungu is winning 2021, it doesn't stop me from contesting. Edgar Lungu, I know he's winning in 2021. I know he's winning. I'm being realistic, but I will contest. I'll do everything possible to contest. I know people who don't have confidence in themselves. They also don't see confidence in others. If you don't have confidence in yourself, you will not see confidence in others. When somebody's saying, I'm going to do this, If you don't have the confidence that you can do anything yourself in your life, it is very difficult for you to believe another person who has got confidence to do something, because you have never achieved anything. You have never achieved anything. Simon Mwela is busy talking about me, to say I can't manage 150, I can't manage a rally. Yes, I understand him. The man has never achieved anything in his life. He has never achieved anything in life. So everything to him, it's an impossibility. Even 150,000 kwacha, he sees it as an impossibility, because I am sure Simon Mwewa has never worked where he has been paid money, even a 50,000 kwacha. I don't think Simon Mwewa has ever worked anywhere where they paid him money, even as 50,000 kwacha. So when he sees a man like me and he thinks of 150,000 kwacha, he thinks it's impossible. He thinks it can't work. I can't achieve it. But look, I am a man who believes. For me, I believe. So there is a difference here. He doesn't believe because there is nothing in him that he has done. He hasn't done anything. He has, to believe this can happen. And he applies himself and it happens. But for me, I've lived a life of believing in what I want to do, in believing in myself. And I've achieved a lot. I have achieved a lot. A lot. Even the life I'm living today is out of that belief in myself. Is that life of believing in myself. So 150,000 kwacha, it's not money for me. It's not money. I may not have it in my pocket today. Let's imagine right now there is an emergency. Let's imagine there is an emergency and I need 150,000 kwacha. I'll definitely get excuse me, because I believe in myself. And what I'm just trying to communicate even to others, especially to young people, is that don't listen to people who say you can't do this. Don't listen to them. They are just trying to bring you to their side. They are failures. They are failures, and they want to bring you to their side so that you are part of their team. When you fail, they will be very happy to say, yes, he has also failed. He's part of us. So don't listen to people that tell you you can't do this, because those people are nothing but failures and they are recruiting you in their team. People who have succeeded, they never say you can't do this. Believe you me, people who have succeeded, people who have made it in life, they never tell you you can't do this. Instead, they encourage you. They say you can do this. You can do this. They even give you whatever help that they can give you to push you move forward. Only failures encourage others to fail because they want to have more people on their side, so that at least they have the consolation to say, oh, okay, yeah, it's difficulty. It's difficult. No, you can't do this. So don't accept. Simon Mwewa is talking about 150. He's talking about whatever he's talking about. The man is a failure. The man is a failure. He can't do it. He can't do it. He himself can't do it. He can't, because he totally depends on what the father left. Even when he's long gone, but he's still depending on him. Every month he's waiting for those rentals. And when he gets those rentals, not everything even comes to his pocket. He has to share it, among his siblings. And that is how he's surviving. So it's very difficult for a man like that to think that he can actually do something very big. He looks at it, when he looks at me, he says, I can never be president. That's what he thinks, I can never be president. But I know I will reach there. I know I will reach there. Every day myself. When I started this public life, there was a day, the first day that I started, nobody knew about Chilufya Tayali. The first day that I started, nobody knew about Chilufya Tayali. around, everybody knows, a lot of people know about Chilufya Tayali. They may not like me, but the fact is that there is that recognition that this man is a public figure. So for me, it may not come tomorrow, but it will come. And in 2021, I'm definitely going to stand so that I can continue building on my career. I can continue building on that vision that I have. It doesn't come overnight. So you need to work on it every day. You need to work on it every day. Hakainde Hichilema has succeeded in business, but politically, I see him plummeting instead of going up. You know, he has had a chance of a number of challenges that the country has been going on, and people have been looking for somebody else. Hakainde Hichilema's political growth, even in 2016, it wasn't because of his message. It was because people are frustrated by a number of issues. There are a number of challenges in the country, especially economically. And as such, there are people who are looking for somebody else other than the PF. And that is how HH found himself collecting those votes. Unfortunately, he has failed to build over that to show that actually he can be an alternative. He can be the answer to the challenges that people are facing. He has failed. He has failed to do that. And now he's being frustrated by the PF. And clearly, they have finished him. His friends also who were around him, they have run away from him. So he's a loner. He has. How can somebody succeed in politics when you are alone? You can't succeed. You can't. You need a lot of people around. But Edgar Lungu is like that man who has been tried by so many women. They have tried him. This one thinks maybe this one, and they all run away from him. So at the moment, who is HH going to work with? Who is he going to work with? Who is he going to work with? How is he going to penetrate Northern Province? How is he going to penetrate Copper Belt Province? How is he, if he here in Lusaka, just here in Lusaka where he stays, he's failing to go Pamatero? How can he succeed? How can he succeed? How can he succeed? He can't succeed. Yes, tell me whatever you want to say. No, he's being frustrated and whatever. The issue is, it's about strategy. What strategy is he using? Because you have to come up with a strategy. You have to find a way of dribbling the PF and make that political. You continue crying, and I can assure you, Ndela Anderson ipa video hapa. This video will stay. After 2021 elections, I will come to thank you for the few votes that you will give me. For those of you that will give me votes, I will thank you, and I will tell you to say, you see what I said, HH now is finished, and it's my time to come in. And that is a simple strategy. My simple strategy is I'm contesting in 2021, and since I know HH is failing, I want to be the second man. I want to be the next contestant. I want to be the challenger of PF in 2026. So, Namieva, I've now urula my strategy. I've urulaed my strategy. And I know it's gonna work. I know it's gonna work. Have a good Sunday. Let me go back to my other issues before my wife wakes up.